Hey, y'all, come on in. You're here on a great day.
We are off to Italy today with the help of Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
And on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we're the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack. Cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, Marcus would like to talk about the new Moonstriker brush.
And this isn't it, y'all. Why not? That looks like the Moonstriker brush. Well, y'all, the new one glows in the dark. Are you kidding? Fitting with the theme of the Moonstriker itself, much like the Cyclotrode X brush glows in the dark, and it came that way initially.
And we've got a crew of astronauts off to the moon for the first time since the 60s.
The Artemis 2, it took off yesterday while I was teaching from this chair, and I kept glancing over at the screen to make sure it was going all right. And what is our soap today?
We have an homage to an Italian classic. Let's meet it.
All right, y'all, from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, an elegant, timeless scent filled with a fresh, luminous blend of natural ingredients like Bulgarian rose, Sicilian citrus fruits, lavender, and verbena.
The Amalfi Coast is a 50-kilometer stretch of coastline along the southern edge of Italy's Sorrentine Peninsula in the Campania region. It's a popular holiday destination with sheer cliffs and a rugged shoreline dotted with small beaches and pastel-colored fishing villages. The coastal road between the port city of Salerno and clifftop Sorrento winds past grand villas, terraced vineyards, and cliffside lemon groves. The description sounded like a perfect marriage of visual to the scent notes laid out.
The scent, and no one could describe it better, quote, pure Italian essence, an exquisite blend of Sicilian citrus fruits and flower essences, from crisp English lavender, rosemary, verbena, and Bulgarian rose to the warm notes of vetiver, sandalwood, and patchouli. Acqua di Parma Colonia, the first authentically Italian cologne, made its debut in 1916 and was soon an international success. With skillfully blended natural essences, Colonia is a fragrance that continues to seduce both men and women, untouched by time and fashion. In addition to the classic fragrance, a complete range of bath and body products delicately perfumed with Colonia is also available. ADP. I'm assuming that's Acqua di Parma.
Right?
So here's how we decided to play this one. When Acqua di Parma was put back in the vault last year, we grabbed it, put it on the piano, and waited until it was going to be announced again. Welcome to our unboxing! And it looks like we got our holo label.
Look at us.
Figure out which splash it is. This is the special foamy paper that's always seen our aftershaves to us in perfect condition, y'all.
I wonder what kind of top it'll be if we got it last August.
Oh, all
we'll
right.
see.
It might be the sticker. We'll have to wait and see. And there it is. What a handsome
they're a little different.
label that is. I know. And there are those pastel colors waiting for their Italian Colonia adventure. Come along with us, y'all, for a first impression.
It looks like we're in some kind of cockpit or something going on.
It reminds me of that ride at Disneyland.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe it's within the theme of the rocket ships. Maybe we're in like something like that.
Maybe. And y'all, I used to think Acqua di Parma and Acqua di Gio were kind of like Tweedledee and Tweedledum in the perfuming world. Very separate perfumers, separate houses, the whole thing. So this could be a whole new adventure.
Yeah.
Dive into Colonia. Let's see what I find here. Ooh, nice pour. There you go. All right, here we go. Taking it in. Oh, y'all.
Yeah?
Y'all, it's got all the freshness of Acqua di Gio, and then it goes heavy, herby, and heavy, grassy. This is beautiful. Hold on. Y'all, the citruses do hit you fresh and inviting, but unlike the other freshies that we have experienced, this one has got a giant, herby, resinous rock in the middle of it that just as your nose is climbing up the sweetness, it hits the rock and has to take a U-turn. This is wild. Something sagey, something that almost makes my mouth water that was in The Watcher. There is something inside out and upside down about this. Y'all, you know what it is? It's the vetiver and the patchouli. And normally, they're the pips. And Gladys Knight is the bergamot and the citrus out front, taking you to Georgia on that midnight train. But here, the story has been completely flipped. Gladys Knight is in the back of the room doing this, and those pips are out front singing the song. The vetiver, the patchouli, even the sandalwood, those are the stars of this. It's not like a freshie. It's not like minty. It's not like citrusy. It's not limey. It's herby and deep. Hold on. Okay, and I think the reason that herby heart of this has endured for 100 years is that just about the time your nose is able to figure them out, the musks come in and surround them. And then you are able to step back and feel how the citruses are giving those herbs a hug and feel how the musks are enveloping the citruses and get this as its full character. I thought this was just going to be a sweet kind of freshie. Boy, right? Was I wrong. And you know what this kind of reminds me of? See this poster on the wall behind me? That's when I saw the original Broadway cast production of The Light in the Piazza, based on a classic Italian novella about a family from the American South who travels to Italy for the first time to show their daughter Clara the piazza where they fell in love. That's what this makes me feel like. The little cafes, the little bakeries, the little bookstores, all surrounding a beautiful Italian palazzo. That kind of a thing. That's where this whisks you off to, and not in a familiar way. That's my point. These herbs, this combination, this accord is pure Italian. And you know how I know that. I now know where I know this from. There is a club in Oakland called the Fratellanza Club. And if you have an Italian friend and you grew up in the Bay Area, at some point you were invited there. It is a wild experience of food, companionship, and Italian culture. And half of them wear this. And y'all, last thought, the freshies that I thought this was going to be like, Aqua di Gio, those kind of things, are at home on Mr. Rogers and LeVar Burton because they're sweet kind of guys working with children,
right?
Reading Green Eggs and Ham. But this is more like Sonny Corleone, where you have to smell good, you have to smell masculine, but you don't necessarily want to smell too sweet. That's this. Well, I just want to be slapped on the face, handed $1, and told not to worry about it. Okay, take this in, see what you get. What a fabulous adventure this is.
It kind of makes me wish that I had gone to the Italian coast after seeing all this.
Right, you went to the middle of Italy.
I did, but I missed all this part. But now I can smell it.
All right, here we go. You probably recognize this from your trip to Italy, let's be honest.
Oh, it's much more gentle than I was expecting. I really thought I was going to get hit in the face with a way more potent kind of vibrancy. But I kind of like how this has like an interesting character to it. You are right.
It's character.
It is not that Aqua di Gio-ish, like aquatic-y, freshy thing I was expecting. Like, I love the coastal vibes that are coming through, but these are more real. Like, I'm a little more on the coast than standing with my toes in the sand.
Right. And I think because this said aqua de Parma, I was thinking it was going to be an aquatic, it was going to be a freshie. Oh, nay.
But I can see why a lot of gentlemen that have bought this bought a second one, because it's more year-round-ish than I was expecting.
Right. Plus, it's super classic. So many dads and grandpas wore this.
Now I know what it was.
Do you feel that kind of rock that you're not expecting in the middle, where you're brought in by the sweet and familiar, and then you hit those herbs, and you're like, whoopah! What is that?
Yeah, my nose found that first. And immediately when you said that, I was like, I actually can see like the super light, kind of calm colored buildings across the coast. Like, they're not exactly sand colored, but you know what I'm talking about. They're that lighter kind of beach style. And you can smell that here.
It said in the sales page about the pastel.
It is. But my nose doesn't want to leave that part. It must be done with the kind of sandalwood stuff that you were talking about and the gentle musks. But that is almost as bright as it gets. I thought I was going to get way more sunshine in the face, like kind of that vibrancy.
It's darker.
It is. And I don't want to say dark, but it's calmer,
maybe. It's for like an evening.
It is, yeah. It kind of has a clean soapy essence as well. I don't want to say barbershoppy, but some of those gentle florals, I think, are just keeping it clean and fresh out of the shower kind of clean.
I used to teach music next door to a barbershop where I would go hang out because barbershops are fun to hang out. And the whole place kind of smelled like this. I think this scent has made its way into a lot of like lotions, a lot of balms and stuff like that they use at barbershops.
It's familiar, but in like a comforting way. I don't think I knew anyone that wore this, but it's definitely a scent that kind of has that timeless vibe to it. Like, I feel like an interesting character wore this their whole life. Like, their life story is somehow connected through the whiff of this.
Wisdom. And let's have a brief conversation about sweets. Hotel Cecil, Permashave, Shave Chaser, Skin Bracer. Those get really, really, really sweet to my nose. Almost minty, sugary, floral. Where those go sweet, this does it sweet in a much different way. That's about as sweet as it gets for me. Is that what you're experiencing too?
I think so. Like, my brain would not pull out florals or citruses necessarily. I know they're in here, and I know they're like the magic weapon, but I have yet to figure out how they are done, and I think that's the interesting part of the character.
Right.
I really am enjoying that, like, kind of tan, gentle, calm, creamy color. It's not lactonic, but there's something in it that almost could approach that line without getting there.
No kidding. Hold on.
See what you think. Ride that middle zone a little bit. Like that light, stony kind of color.
It's the sandalwood. Yeah, absolutely. It's the creaminess of that.
So it's a lot more gentle. I guess that's what I mean. Like it's a lot more of an approachable scent than I was expecting.
You know what lane this is in? And not surprisingly, 11235. The homage to 1147 or 4711. That really super old cologne from Cologne, Germany. But it makes sense because it was only about 100 years between that cologne and this one. And there's been over 100 years between this cologne and Aventus.
But you can't smell that. I think that timeless side is coming through. Like it's not trying to be too vibrant. It's just trying to blend into your personality.
I'd swear there was a neroli in here. Like that's as sweet as this is allowed to get.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, well, come along with us to the coast. We're going to look at these scent notes and build you a lather. Hold on, is this a Sicily-inspired soap and we've been doing Italy the whole time? We might be in a lot of trouble. Okay, picture it. Sicily, 1912. We start with top notes of
Sicilian citrus fruit. So that could be multiple fruits hiding in here.
But when we've seen this before, it's got a little bit of salt in it. It's a little bit of a grapefruity citrus rather than a candied orange kind of a thing. And then into the heart. I think these are the subtle notes that greet you. But y'all, look at my face, where generally when you would look at a list of scent notes, these would be the heart notes. These would be your primary players, the ones that would wash over you when you take it in. Again, they're the pips, and they start with English lavender, rosemary, verbena, and Bulgarian rose. Could you, for love or money, pick out any of those in there?
After reading this, I'm like, oh, I should have known. But no, I don't know. I don't think I would have picked half of those. I'm just saying. But now I totally get the Bulgarian rose and the rosemary. But to me, they blended together to create something completely different. Like, that's as green as I thought it was getting.
They're turned so far down.
Yeah, smell for them now. I mean, I get the citruses are in there, and then it goes right into these next ones. But they almost are blended so well, you cannot pull them apart.
Superstar, but it didn't get far. Well, and I think it's because Gladys Knight is these three notes from the base. Vetiver, sandalwood, and patchouli.
Yep.
Now, hold on. Vetiver and patchouli did not used to be friends with me, but they are now. And they are now because of how they're working in this. This is not the patchouli from San Francisco State in 1994 covering a sin. This is not the vetiver that's growing out your backyard that you smell when they cut the grass and the weeds. Y'all, this is creating an accord that's sagey, that's grassy, that's resinous, even. And these are the stars of Acqua di Parma. The other notes are just there to support them.
I feel like my nose can actually find every single one of these scent notes now that we've read them.
Right.
I don't think I could have found them before. It was like the blind leading the blind. I didn't know where to start, where to finish. But now that I kind of have little guidelines on what to follow whiff-wise, it really does help.
And I think the reason the base notes are so palpable as the personality of this is it's where the vetiver is meeting the patchouli, and those are both kind of a grass. Makes perfect sense to me, and the sandalwood's just kind of playing gatekeeper with something a little bit smooth and sweet in the middle.
I think the rosemary was the secret weapon in this. Like somehow that kind of rounded out the pokey sides that sometimes go with vetiver or patchouli.
And yo, when you find the sandalwood, it connects to the rose, and then that connects to the fruits. There's a reason this has been around for 120 years. And yo, we normally build our Phoenix lathers in our travel scuttle or in our lather lid, but both of those are designed for convenience on the road. We're going to break out our new Brusso and Dove bowl and show you what a grown-up lather looks like with this PAA formula. All right, a little almond size here, and Sarah is going to work that into the bottom of this bowl until you can see the little ridges poking through. We want a thin layer of the soap.
This is when you get to be a kid and do some finger painting.
Exactly. And we did a little experiment the other night. We put 3 full minutes of love into our PAA lathers, and then we thought, you know what? What if we give these even an extra minute or two? The smells are so good, the aromatherapy is so helpful. And y'all, we were rewarded thusly. We'll show you. And since Mother Earth has sent some of her children to the moon, this week we're using our StarCraft brush from PAA. All right, I'm going to hit this with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sprays from our bougie sprayer from Sean and Julie. Thanks, Sean.
Since it's your brush, I think you should go for it.
Here we go. So I'm just going to start moving the soap up onto the bristles of the brush. Now, one of the things that we found out about this bowl when we had lunch with David last week, the creator of Brusso and Dove, is that the walls do not come straight out of the bottom. There's a little bit of a curve there. It creates a little channel where the water and soap can come together and where your bristles can effortlessly have access to soap that generally, with a shaving bowl that's got straight sides, is a little bit hard to get to.
See how the bristles are just coming right to the edge of the bowl? That's the architecture.
Along with that lovely design on the bottom. It's gorgeous, but it does actually really work well.
The artwork on the Brousseau and Dove bowls is in the flash tattoo style, and it's awesome. These are the two barbers. All right, y'all. I know we never talk about lather here at the Barbershop Duet. Unless it looks like that. Everything about the size of this bowl is in the Goldilocks zone. It's the perfect size. I think my Ollieworks bowl is a little small. My big KUN bowl is a little big. This is just perfect.
It has a really nice weight to it. We're used to resins or other ones that are pretty light. Like, I think your Captain's Choice might be the heaviest one we have. But it is nice having that weight in your hand.
And just about the time you can't see the ridges on the bottom of the bowl anymore, you'll know that something transformative has taken place with this lather. This bowl is special. And this is something you only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the Italy or Sicily whip. On 3, 1, 2. Wow, it's amazing how the sweet goes away. And those herbs are just left alone to be present.
It's such a different concept than I was expecting. I'm still blown away how much it isn't the freshie my brain had expected.
It doesn't even smell like a cologne.
No.
Can we just go there? It smells like you've just got real herbs on your face.
But I think that's why it brought you back to the 1, 1, 3, 5, 2, 4,
Right,
12.
exactly. It's Fibonaccious. And y'all, if you need a little inspiration, one of our Whiff Pack members, Larry Sablotny, is a pastor, and he will be live streaming his Easter service. Go check out Larry Shaves. All right, I'm just going to dive in. Are you ready? Here we go.
Yeah, go for it.
Look at this. Look what that
Holy
extra
moly.
30 seconds does to that Phoenix lather. Some of the best in the business, y'all.
Okay, it's super refreshing, but I still wouldn't put it in our freshie category.
No, indeed.
But I can see why it has lasted as long as it has. Like, sometimes I'm getting more of the vetiver patchouli whiff. Other times I get those florals, but they're not florals in my mind. They're just clean and fresh. And the citruses are done in a completely different way. Like, my brain still hasn't figured out that they are citruses.
And we just checked. Acqua di Gio means water of the day. Acqua di Parma means water from Parma, which is in northern Italy, not Sicily.
We're good.
So I'm no longer afraid of angering the Sicilians. All right, y'all, come along with us, because now we're going to take this south of Italy and go a little deeper. We also checked. We have done an homage to Acqua di Parma before from Razor Rock. XXX is their Acqua di Parma set. But this is far more nuanced.
I'd agree.
For me, and way more intense than that one. And we did get the splash after we shot the episode. Thank you, DJ. Oh, it's the sticker!
It is a sticker!
Depending on the time of year, you don't get the plug, you get the sticker, which for me is a little bit of a pain because it leaves a residue. But it doesn't confuse people as to how to get it off.
All right, shaky.
The shake and drip. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. A little something there.
There you go.
A little something here on the way to northern
Someone smells it now.
Italy. Right, here we go. Chin chin.
I get more of the citruses going on now. Woo-hoo!
I get them both coming at me from both sides. I got the citrus from this side going, enjoy it now, because these are top notes. They're going away in a few minutes. And then I get those herbs coming in going, we're going to be with you all day long.
Like, I would now say this is more in the lime zone of citruses.
Yes.
But that adds into the other green of the rosemary and the vetiver patchouli sides. Like, they're all good friends here.
You know why this has endured for 120 years? She's right. You can sense every single scent note, and you can sense how every single scent note segues into every other scent note. When my brain pictures this scent that I'm getting in the splash, I see like one of those diagrams from science class that's got like 20 circles. Each one's a scent note, and each one's got a line to all the others.
Yep.
That's this. And that's why the heart notes aren't traditionally heart notes or bass notes the way they stick around. No, this is its own thing.
Now that it's drying down, the citruses are a lot quieter, and you're right, we're in those heart zones, but I still wouldn't necessarily know that they're floral. Like, there's something fresh, airy about them going on, but my brain would not say floral.
The floral is the quietest pip.
Yep.
Quietest by a long shot. You really would have to silence Gladys Knight to even hear that pip.
And then it goes right into the sandalwood, which is that like gentle, creamy kind of side. I gotta say, in this splash, smelling this, I would use this. It doesn't kind of scream as masculine as I was assuming it would be.
And there are days where I don't want something that sweet on my shoulder. I don't need those syrupy highs today. I want something more grassy, more herby, and yet equally inviting and comforting.
Like, I'm almost getting more the lime skin, the outside,
Yes,
but like the
grapefruit.
sun has warmed it.
Right. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be one of our 4 astronauts on the Artemis 2 on their way to the moon right now, thinking about Neil Armstrong and how he first took those iconic first steps onto the moon's surface, and how he switched over to the private medical channel that wasn't being recorded or monitored, and said, hey, tell them at Mission Control that they're here and they're watching us. And he got his own. So head over to their website at phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com, or even better, do it by way of the link in the description. It's an affiliate link, which lets them know that we sent you, and it gives us back a small percentage of the sale, which we'll probably spend on soap so we can make more episodes. It's at no cost to you, and we would be grateful. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Amalfi 3K, and having spent some time with this, it is about the vetiver and the patchouli. The sandalwood is just a little bit of a wisp in between, and those 2 notes create a fantastic accord that gets turned all the way up and put dead center in the middle of this little beauty, with everything else dancing around it, turned way down so that those manly herbs can be the stars of this and whisk you away to the Italian coast whenever you want to go. And in one of the best bases, and let's face it, one of the best splashes in the wet shaving world. Thank you, Douglas, Fran, and Huxley. We'll be back for another Wonka email surprise next week. Hey, welcome to Messages.
So for our April giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get a $25 gift card to Noble Order.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here that we sent you at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back here on our first May episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
We kind of tried hard to not let David send us a free bowl because they were too nice and they're porcelain and we're droppers. But he said something important. He said, when you have a tool for shaving and it's important to you, there is something about its fragility that makes you more careful with it when you shave. And you know what? He is absolutely right. I've started putting a little rug under me when I shave, and have really started enjoying how precious this tool is to me because of the care and thought that was put into it, and because of how it functions. Are you seeing this legit butter we made today?
I love on episodes when we're wrong. Like when we think we have something in our mind, or we're just like stereotypically kind of know where this might go. After 750 something soaps, you kind of start to mentally kind of piece together what you think it might be.
Right.
But I love that as soon as we read the sales page, we're like, yeah, we got it. Then we smelled it and we were like, no.
This is not
so
Aqua
wrong.
di Gio.
But I love getting to know this as its own thing. I can see exactly why people are gravitating towards it, the timeless kind of vibe that comes with it, but also like its important lineage in the whole perfuming world.
If you have a day where you really need to be taken seriously, this is your scent soundtrack. So Douglas and Fran, thank you so much for always knowing which classics we need in our den and bringing them to our front door for us to experience and enjoy. And y'all, we just got another Wonka email that there are some mysteries and wonders in store for us from PAA. Stay tuned.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.